And green means go. Launch off the line. All Philip Gehrman's coming alongside. Switches across to the inside.
Yeah, smart move just to block Carlson.
Okay, so he manages to stay for a little contact there between Carlson and Römer in the back, and that's dropped him right back. He was defended against, and then he's dropped right back. So out in front is Jari Kaliakowski. Behind him.
You see if Gehrman can keep up with Kaliakowski's
well, he's
pace.
very close.
Yeah, so far so good.
Is anyone going to joke on the first lap? No last-minute ditches. There we go.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was sliding.
Oh, and he's spun the wrong way.
Yeah. I didn't think he was in control when he went into the joker. It looks like an accidental joker.
It looks like a very, late, maybe like you say, accidental maybe, or a late call, but it looks strange.
Well, he was sideways, and I can save this by going to the joker, but that was...
Oh, Swiss Kaliakowski go really wide out in the center.
That's a big mistake.
And Gehrman passed him.
That's a big mistake, and we've not seen Kaliakowski make any mistakes. He's been so clinical all through qualifying.
So this, that's what we saw in the first time final as well. It's very, very slippery in that hairpin. So I would have, assumed the spotter would have told him, but it's really easy to make a small mistake.
Or maybe he just sort of slightly, thought, I'm really quick, I'm going to just put my foot down, and slightly overdrove himself there. Yeah. So here we go, gently through the joker.
So Carlson gets cleaner now. Römer is, very, very far behind. So it's all about these three guys in the front.
And it must be a relief, even if you're not fighting with the top two, for Carlson to realise that he's dropped Römer. He will probably make it through to the final at this point, unless something crazy happens. Yeah. This is going to be a fight right to the checkered flag between these two, because neither of them have jokered. Kaliakowski will be angry with himself for the mistake, but he's got to not drive angry, not be too aggressive, otherwise he'll just make more mistakes.
I would guess Kaliakowski go now to the Yorker. Oh, Gehrman goes.
Wow. And that was weird. It would have been distracting for Kaliakowski because he kind of cut across him and he couldn't be sure if it was... And often you get a joker don't follow call, don't you? So
exactly.
I wonder if that's what happened there.
It could be smart from Gehrman, He fooled Kaliakowski a little bit. Kaliakowski was probably certain to be first in the Yorker and then hunt. Now he's leading, Gehrman can hunt. So we'll see what happens. Well, that's a smart move.
It's very good. And Kaliakowski is quick. So with a bit of clear air, if he can bang in, 3 good laps joker on the last lap, that's what we've got to look forward to, is that joker merge between Kaliakowski and Gehrman, probably on the last, I would say last lap. I mean, he'll probably go now, and I'll be wrong. Nope. Okay. So, the young Finn in the Fiesta, as you said, the ex-Janus Baumanis World car, flying ahead there.
Kaliakowski showed really great pace in the early qualification heats. He fixed that corner now, no mistakes so far again, so it looks like he's pulling away a little bit, but Gehrman was in front, so he needed almost a second to pass Gehrman.
Well, we mustn't underestimate Carlson either, because Andreas Carlson is a Swedish champion. He's been just off the RallyX Nordic podium a couple of times. I mean, he's a real talent. You can see just how fast he is as he flies past us. Okay, so this is the joker.
We saw Kaliakowski pull away 8/10 on the lap before here, so
wow.
It was very tight, but it looks like Kaliakowski made it.
Brilliant.
Very good lap.
So that is where the joker comes in. A good joker and a good couple of laps really comes into its own. He was behind. He's done the undercut on the joker. Very, very smart work from him and his spotter. So now he's just got to bring it home safe, because of course once we get out of qualifying, the times are kind of irrelevant. You want to be quick, you want to see where you're losing and gaining time, but ultimately it's position. And first position, semi-final 2, is Jari Kaliakowski, followed very quickly over the line by Philip Gehrman, and Andreas Carlson is third. Great drive there from Jari Kaliakowski. So let's take this apart, because there's quite a few changes of position in this race.
So we see actually Römer makes a great move on Carlson into the first corner here. Keeping it on the inside and just show him there and then locks the inside.
Yeah, that was great. A little bit of contact, but there's it's just rubbing.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens here, because he didn't like it and he's trying to get it back.
It looks like he locks up the brakes and just kind of loses it on under braking. Yeah. So maybe it's a small mistake. Here is Kaliakowski's mistake. Goes too quick into the corner and gets the right rear in the sand trap, and the whole car sucks out there. So
I think that's the most difficult corner on this circuit. That one. We've seen lots of people lose tenths of a second there, but that was more than tenths.
it looks like a very late call to German to take the Joker. So I think it looks like they wanted to, try to get Kaliakowski to follow them into the Joker, but Kaliakowski was quick on the brakes and could go normal, put a really good lap together and managed to, get out in front again.
But also kudos to Kaliakowski because he made that mistake and he made up his own time. He made up for his own error, and that gap is more than the mistake. So that's really impressive. Okay, confirmation then. The second of two Supercar semi-finals here in Denmark. Jari Kaliakowski takes the win. Philip German second. Andreas Carlsen is third, and Dennis Römer will not continue.